6 French women's secrets to a happy life. You're achieving, you're excelling, yet something feels exhausting. French women seem to glide through life with this calm satisfaction while you're optimizing everything. They're not busier, they're not wealthier, they just know something about happiness that sounds almost rebellious in our culture of more. 6 counterintuitive practices that have nothing to do with skincare routines or capsule wardrobes. These secrets challenge everything you've been taught about success, friendship, and even eating. Point number 1, cultivate a small, exquisite circle of friends. Most women collect friendships like loyalty points. 30 people you text happy birthday to, 12 group chats you're ignoring, and that growing anxiety about staying connected with everyone who's ever mattered to you. You're maintaining relationships like it's inventory management, exhausting yourself with surface-level check-ins that leave you feeling more isolated than before. French women do the opposite. They maintain 3 to 5 deep friendships and let the rest drift with zero guilt. They'll meet the same friend at the same bistro every Thursday for a decade. They're not networking. They're not keeping options open. They're going deep with people who actually know them. This sounds cold until you try it. When you stop diluting your emotional energy across dozens of casual connections, your real friendships become profound. You stop performing the highlight reel and start having conversations that actually restore you. That friend who texts you once every 3 months asking to catch up sometime, French women don't respond. Not out of cruelty, but out of clarity about what friendship actually requires. Quality here means investment. It means canceling plans when you're depleted instead of showing up diminished. It means choosing one meaningful dinner over 3 scattered coffee dates. Your calendar becomes breathing room instead of Tetris. And those few friends you keep, they become your chosen family, not your networking strategy. That distinction changes everything about how supported you feel moving through life. Point number 2, seek quality in 10 things, not quantity. You've been trained to believe options equal freedom. Your closet overflows, your pantry looks like a grocery store, and your streaming subscriptions multiply because what if you want to watch something? Meanwhile, decision fatigue is quietly destroying your peace. Every morning starts with analysis paralysis over things that shouldn't require thought. French women identify 10 categories that matter to their daily existence and buy the absolute best they can in those areas. Everything else? Basic, functional, forgettable. 1 perfect black coat worn for 8 years instead of 5 trendy jackets worn twice. 3 exceptional bras that fit flawlessly rather than a drawer full of uncomfortable compromise. 1 signature perfume, not a collection. This approach does something radical to your mental load. When you eliminate choice in predetermined categories, you reclaim the cognitive bandwidth being drained by trivial decisions. That energy redirects toward things that actually matter. Your work, your relationships, your creativity. The practice also shifts how you relate to possessions. Instead of constant acquisition, followed by guilt and purging cycles, you develop relationships with objects. That handbag you saved for and use daily becomes a source of quiet satisfaction, not just a purchase. That investment creates a completely different emotional experience than buying 3 cheaper versions. This isn't minimalism for aesthetic purposes. This is strategic simplicity that generates daily contentment. When getting dressed takes 3 minutes because you own 12 items you genuinely love, you've bought yourself time and eliminated the low-grade stress of standing in front of a full closet, feeling like you have nothing to wear. Quality over quantity isn't deprivation. It's precision about what actually enhances your life versus what just occupies space. Point number 3, master the art of the passionate disagreement. You've been socialized to keep the peace. Smile through opinions you find ridiculous, diplomatically redirect conversations away from conflict, and maintain that agreeable demeanor that makes you easy to work with and pleasant to be around. The cost? You're performing constant emotional labor while your actual thoughts remain unexpressed. You're accommodating yourself into resentment. French women argue with enthusiasm. They'll debate politics, art, philosophy over dinner, and leave as close friends. They separate intellectual disagreement from personal attack in ways that seem almost aggressive until you understand what's actually happening. They respect you enough to challenge you. This requires unlearning the idea that disagreement threatens connection. When you can say, "That perspective makes no sense to me," without sugarcoating or apologizing, you're inviting genuine exchange instead of performing harmony. Real intimacy lives in these moments of friction where both people show up fully, not in careful conversations where everyone monitors their words. Start small. When someone says something you disagree with, instead of nodding along, try "I see it completely differently." No essay justifying your position, no softening language, just clear disagreement stated with confidence. Watch what happens. Most people respect directness far more than the diplomatic dance you've been performing. The women who practice this aren't argumentative, they're liberated. They've stopped performing agreement to be liked. The relationships that survive this shift become dramatically more satisfying because you're connecting authentically, not managing everyone's comfort. And the ones that don't? They were built on your silence anyway. Point number 4. Protect your privacy with fierce intentionality. You're oversharing by default. Your relationship struggles become Instagram stories, your career moves get announced before they're finalized, and strangers know your vacation plans in real time. This constant disclosure feels like connection, but it's actually depleting your sense of self. When everything becomes content, nothing remains sacred. French women operate with information opacity that seems almost secretive. They don't announce pregnancies until the second trimester. They don't discuss relationship problems with casual acquaintances. Major life decisions happen quietly, revealed only after they're complete. This isn't about being closed off. It's about protecting your energy from external input during vulnerable moments. Every time you share something unformed, you invite opinions that complicate your clarity. That job opportunity you're considering? The moment you tell 12 people, you're now processing their projections alongside your own intuition. That relationship tensions you're working through? Broadcasting it to your group chat means you're now managing their reactions to your partner instead of focusing on your actual feelings. Create concentric circles of disclosure. Your innermost circle of 2 or 3 people get raw, unfiltered access. The next layer receives curated updates. Everyone else gets the highlights reel after decisions are already made. This structure protects your process from interference. The practice also preserves mystery, which matters more than you think. When people can't track your every move and emotion, they become more genuinely interested in you. When you stop using others as processing partners for every thought, you develop stronger internal clarity. Privacy isn't about hiding. It's about protecting your peace from the chaos of unsolicited input. Point number 5. Find daily, small sensual pleasures relentlessly. You're delaying gratification until some mythical future when you'll have time for pleasure. Vacation in 4 months? Massage when you finish this project, new sheets when these ones actually rip. Meanwhile, your daily existence is optimized for productivity and devoid of pleasure. You're living like joy is a reward for completion, not a necessary ingredient of sustainable existence. French women embed tiny sensual experiences into ordinary days with almost aggressive intentionality. Fresh flowers on a random Tuesday, not for an occasion. Taking the longer route home because the light is beautiful this time of day. Real plated lunch with an actual napkin, not standing at the counter eating from containers. These aren't indulgences, they're maintenance. Your nervous system needs regular reminders that life contains pleasure. When everything becomes functional, you start operating in survival mode even when nothing's actually wrong. Those small moments of beauty, the weight of good linen, the smell of real coffee, the texture of quality paper, signal safety to your body. They interrupt the constant forward momentum long enough for you to actually inhabit your life. This practice costs almost nothing, but requires presence. It means noticing the difference between experiences, not just consuming them. It means choosing the slightly better option when both are available. Taking your coffee outside instead of drinking it while checking email. Lighting a candle during your evening routine. Applying lotion like it matters, not like it's a chore. Pleasure isn't frivolous. It's the evidence that you're actually living, not just completing tasks until you die. Point number 6. Never finish a meal feeling uncomfortably full. You're eating until the food is gone, not until you're satisfied. Finishing your plate because that's what you were taught, pushing through fullness because waste feels wrong, or eating quickly without attention because you're already thinking about the next thing. Food has become fuel you consume efficiently, not an experience you're present for. French women stop eating when they're satisfied, which is often before the plate is empty. This sounds simple, but requires deprogramming decades of conditioning. They eat slowly enough to notice the moment satisfaction arrives. They don't clear their plate out of obligation. Leftovers don't carry guilt. This practice changes your relationship with your body from override to collaboration. When you consistently honor the signal that you've had enough, you start trusting other signals too. When you're tired, when you need space, when something doesn't feel right. It's physical boundary practice that teaches you to prioritize internal feedback over external rules. The shift also eliminates the cycle of restriction and overindulgence. When no food is forbidden and every meal ends at satisfaction rather than fullness, you stop categorizing choices as good or bad. That psychological freedom translates to how you approach other areas. Work, relationships, rest. Eating until satisfied instead of full is radical self-respect. It's choosing your comfort over clearing the plate. That small act of honoring your body's wisdom ripples into how you treat yourself everywhere else. If you're still with me, drop the word quality in the comments. I want to see who actually watches until the end. And because you're here, you've earned something extra that most people won't see. Bonus point. Buy the best you can afford of your most used daily item. Most women splurge on occasion wear and cheap out on daily essentials. That thing you use every single day. Your coffee mug, your work bag, your pillow, your lip balm is exactly where luxury should live. Not in your closet collecting dust until the perfect event. French women invert this logic completely. They'll use the same excellent handbag daily for a decade and wear a basic dress to events. They invest in the items that touch their lives most frequently because that's where quality compounds. Your daily coffee mug matters more than your champagne flutes because you use it 300 times a year. That ergonomic desk chair impacts your well-being more than the designer shoes you wear twice. The sheets you sleep in every night deserve more investment than the decorative pillows guests see. This reframes luxury from occasional indulgence to embedded daily experience. When the objects you interact with most are genuinely excellent, your baseline quality of life elevates. You're not waiting for special occasions to access good things. You're living well by default. That shift from aspirational luxury to actual daily quality changes how you experience your entire existence. Here's a recap for you. 6 French women's secrets to a happy life. Number 1, cultivate a small, exquisite circle instead of maintaining exhausting networks. Number 2, seek quality in 10 things rather than quantity everywhere. Number 3, master passionate disagreement instead of performing agreement. Number 4, protect your privacy with intentionality rather than broadcasting everything. Number 5, find daily sensual pleasures relentlessly instead of delaying joy. Number 6, never finish a meal uncomfortably full. Honor satisfaction over obligation. These practices generate happiness automatically, not as a reward you chase. If this resonated, give this video a like. It genuinely helps more women discover this. Subscribe for daily content exactly like this. Share it with someone who needs this framework. Thanks for watching to the end. We've already queued your next video. See you back here tomorrow.